The new 8th generation of the Bavarian mid-size luxury sedan is here, and this time it's not just another step in the evolution of the design that lasts for more than 5 decades. This time, the new model has a very hard task: to convince hardcore 5 Series fans that electrification doesn't necessarily mean compromise. The i5 will be as attractive, as engaging, as athletic, and as good as the classic 5 Series. On top of that, it will add up all the benefits of an EV. Does this make it a perfect sedan? Stay with us as we are about to find out if the new BMW i5 is the future of electric luxury sedans. Believe it or not, it's been 12 years since the Bavarian car maker established the BMW 1, a sub-brand with just one goal: to take this company to the electric future. More than a decade later, the portfolio is pretty decent. After a couple of immature projects, such as the funky i3 or attractive but not exactly fast i8, it looks like the company has finally found its way of electrification. The iX is still quite eccentric, but the i4 corresponds with the internal combustion counterparts much better. Now, it is time for something way more serious. For the first time, BMW plays with the reputation of one of its most legendary models. The new 8th generation of the famous mid-size luxury sedan is on the way. And for the first time in its history, it will also be offered with an all-electric powertrain. The i5 will be a part of the 5 Series offer, and we are very happy to share with you that the differences between gas-powered and all-electric models will be minimal. Apart from the iconic 3 Series, it's hard to find such a legendary model as the 5 Series in BMW's lineup. The mid-size sedan has been in production for more than 5 decades, and that definitely means something. This sedan earned its reputation for being different. Most other classmates, including the biggest rival, the Mercedes-Benz E-Class, are all about comfort and luxury. BMW's model, on the other hand, managed to remain a driver-oriented machine through all these years. That's why the Bavarian company has decided to make a slow and steady transition to full electrification. Bimmers are a unique kind, and they don't like when their favorite car maker messes with tradition. They respect it, and if you look at the last few decades, every time the company tried to change the course, things didn't end up in the way the management expected. That's why all BMW fans will be happy to see the i5 featuring the same overall design as the standard gas and diesel-powered model. The dimensions are the same, as well as the exterior design, which comes without strange design solutions this time. The headlights are rather normal, while the grille is sized correctly. For the first in a couple of years, it looks like the fans are happy with the way the styling was executed. There are just a few details that say this is an electric BMW. And one of them is a slightly different grille design, which is available with what BMW likes to call the iconic glow. However, the illuminated grille is reserved for M-badged models only. Base versions won't feature it. The two models also ride on the same platform and share a lot of mechanical parts. Bavarian engineers did their best to justify the ultimate driving machine reputation, so even though the all-electric iteration is notably heavier than the regular 5 Series, it features almost perfect 50/50 mass distribution and features standard air suspension on the rear end. Models with the M badge will also feature rear-wheel steering, all to provide the best possible driving experience. Considering that the smaller i4 is already by far the most athletic electric sedan on the market, we do not doubt that the i5 will also provide a super engaging driving experience. We believe that one of the main goals of this all-electric sedan is to convince traditional 5 Series drivers that the experience can be as good with the all-electric iteration. For that reason, the cabin looks exactly the same as the one of the normal 5 Series. To be honest, we find this design approach very refreshing. If you look at the current EVs on the market, most of them look the same from the inside. It's all about clean dashboard design and massive screens. BMW rather offered a traditional dashboard design, more creative, more dynamic, and with nicer materials. The dashboard follows the company's contemporary design philosophy and brings a familiar massive curved screen, which incorporates instrument gauges and an infotainment screen. Another tech feature worth mentioning is the new version of the company's well-known Autobahn Assist. which is a Level 2 autonomous driving system that can now steer, stop, and cruise hands-free. However, keep in mind that this system still isn't as advanced as the one found in Mercedes-Benz models. In this case, you will still have to keep your eyes on the road. The system uses sensors and cameras to track your eye movement, and in case you want to take the wheel again, the only thing you have to do is to take one determined look in the mirror, and the system will automatically put you in charge again. Of course, there is much more when it comes to tech features, but we think you'll be more interested in interior space at this point. Despite the batteries, this version features the same amount of leg and headroom as the gas-powered model. Even the trunk comes with a minimal 1 cubic feet compromise and still retains a pretty good capacity of 17 cubes. The i5 will join the already impressive powertrain lineup of the standard 5 Series, which features some of the most refined gasoline engines in the industry. The all-electric version will come in 2 variants, with a single or dual electric motor setup. Standard models will feature just one electric motor mounted on the rear axle with a max output of 335 horsepower. Even this, the most basic version, will be able to provide respectable driving dynamics with 0 to 60 time in a little bit over 5.5 seconds. This model, called the eDrive 40, seems capable enough to satisfy most buyers, but if that's not the case, there is also the M60 xDrive version with 2 electric motors and all-wheel drive. With the help of the front electric motor, this 590 horsepower version will be able to hit 60 in just 3.7 seconds. But the quick acceleration isn't the only upgrade. This model gets a typical M treatment and features suspension upgrades, bigger brakes, active anti-roll bars, and, as mentioned before, rear-wheel steering. The i5 also features a so-called boost paddle behind the steering wheel. With it, you can control throttle response and maximize or minimize power and torque. Bavarian engineers have managed to pack a pretty decent battery under the floor without sacrificing the passenger space. All versions will feature the same 84.3 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which promises decent autonomy. Of course, the single-motor version drains less energy, so the max range will be longer. According to the officials, it will go up to 295 miles. The twin-motor M60 xDrive will be slightly less self-dependable, with the ability to make up to 256 miles on a single charge. The new i5 will feature a couple of drive modes, and one of them will be the max range. This model is designed to maximize the range. When engaged, it directs all the power to the drivetrain and turns off unnecessary power consumers, such as climate control, seat heating, and cooling. Also, this mode limits the top speed to 56 miles per hour. The range by itself seems typical by today's standards, but the Bavarian company promises quite respectable charging performance. Of course, DC fast charging is part of the offer, with a max rate of 205 kilowatts. Translated to the common tongue, this means that if the battery is at 10%, it will take no more than 30 minutes to get to 80%. AC charging is also supported, with the classic 11 kilowatt unit, as well as the CCS option, which offers a 22 kilowatt charging rate. Another thing worth mentioning is that i5 buyers in North America may count on 3 years of free half-hour charging sessions at Electrify America charging stations. German car design philosophy is unique in many ways, and one of them is how they look at wagons. For most of the world, this body style is all about practicality, a perfect solution for family haulers. In Germany, wagons are a subculture. Wagons aren't just practical, they also get super special treatment when it comes to style and performance. The 5 Series has been available for a long time, and although it has never managed to gain the same level recognition as Audi's wagons, it still has a pretty big fan base. That's why we are so happy to share with you that the BMW i5 will continue the tradition, and that just like the gas-powered models, it will be offered in the touring layout as well. Once again, the overall design will mimic the gas-powered version. It will be a more practical take on this all-electric executive car. The officials already confirmed that the production will start in the spring of next year. Don't know about you, but we can't wait to see it. The brand new BMW i5 will hit showrooms by the end of this year, and the Bavarian officials already came up with the prices. We already know that the base single-motor version will cost $67,795. For comparison, that's a $9,000 add-up over the base gasoline version, powered by a 258 HP Turbo 4 engine. The twin-motor M60X drive will come with a sticker price of $85,095. What do you think about the all-electric 5 Series? Does it look like a worthy successor of the famous mid-size luxury sedan that invested 5 decades to build the reputation it enjoys nowadays? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.